Okay, just a moment, please.
Uh, Hi guys, welcome to our channel Indian Food and Football. And today we have Mr. Douglas De Silva. I think the name is enough. I think not only East Bengal, all fans of Indian football and who have been following football for long is aware of him. And if I can say in one word, he was a true legend. At least in my childhood, I followed all the game when he used to play for East Bengal, and that was a time when East Bengal was at the top of their game, if I could say. So it is a great honor to host you, sir. Welcome to the channel, and hope we'll have a great session. And Amar, some opening comments from your side to sir.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
sir. Sir, 2002, 2005, those were beautiful years we have spent together, sir. Myself as a fan and yourself as a legendary footballer. Rather, you can say it was a golden era for East Bengal. During our tenure, we have won 11 trophies altogether, if I am not wrong, including NFL, Calcutta League, Durand, IFS Shield, and the most precious one, Asian Cup in 2003 under late Subhash Bhomik, sir. So I am your huge fan, sir. I used to watch East Bengal as a champion team. Always there were no option for setback. Chasing. Right now, East Bengal is not chasing any tournament, sir. Ninth, 10th, or 11th in the league. This is ridiculous, sir. Back to back, eight derby losses, no trophy since so long, sir. Sir, being a player, you have played for Kolkata's three super giants, East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, and Mohammedan. So, what's your take about recent Kolkata's football health, especially current performance of uh, Kolkata's football and East Bengal football as well? And please, sir, share us though how we need to what we need to do to overcome from it, sir.
Yes, good evening to you all. Thank you for the invitation. And always under a pleasure to talk about Indian football, especially our beloved club, East Bengal. So you guys are free. Be free and ask whatever question you guys want. I'm ready to talk about everything.
Okay, sir. Sir, we can start going straight to the point. First, what do you think about the East Bengal has been a season of failures for long now. It has been going for last 20 years. We have won any league title. Sir, if the people are saying, is it the investor? Is it the coach? Is it the management who are responsible for this loss? But one thing we are not specifying is in this tenure of 13 years or 13 years, we have changed 17 coaches. It is not possible 17 people, 17 coaches were bad. Is it not possible that in 17 years we didn't have good, capable players? But somewhere down the line, we are missing the line somewhere. As an expert, as a follower of East Bengal game, as a follower of Indian football, what is your take on this, sir?
Well, and it's not a hard question to say, to reply, but, and football is one kind of sport. Every day there is new things come out. So you must follow football. You must learn football every day. Otherwise, you'll be back. So one of the main problem in East Bengal, and they are not following the football like the other people, the other clubs, the other worlds, the other countries. Sorry, the other countries. The people from my time, they are still there. Okay, but the way that they are working, they wanted to work in the same way as 20 years ago. It I'm not. This is not only in football, but in every profession. If you don't follow when you grow up, you must learn. You must follow what is the other the other people do. But in East Bengal, they are still working with the same. Their mind is like 20 years ago. That's why I said we are suffering because a part of ex-footballer, apart of ex East Bengal player, I am the one of the biggest fan of East Bengal club. You understand? So we know that the way the way how they are working right now, it's totally how can I say it's wrong. I can say yes, it's a little bit wrong because I'm from the country of football. If you want to talk about football, you can talk Brazilian. Okay, forget about how many years Brazil didn't win one World Cup, but we are still the country of football. We have five trophies, you know. So if if you want to grow up, you must put someone who understand the job, who understand what to do, how to do. Then you can learn from them. Suppose that if you want to be bigger, put someone bigger than you beside of yourself. Otherwise, you'll never grow up. Every year they are doing the at least the same mistake. Then we can do, oh, it is destiny. No. You must learn 1 or 2, 3 years. You must learn from your mistakes. But why they are doing the same mistake in the last 17 years? 2 years and 3 is enough. You got my point. But they never change. Always I'm saying here, from you guys to other people, other channel, other newspaper, or from press media, if East Bengal don't change the way how to work, this will be happen for many, many years till these people die. After these people die, let's hope if someone with different mind come and change the situation. I'm not wishing anyone to die. No, I want these people change the situation because uh, we can talk about Nituda. Nituda is the leader of the club. He was from our glorious day. I wanted him as well to change the situation and win ISL, Durand Cup, Kolkata League, Federation Cup, any tournament like before. We used to go and win. That was our habit. You understand? And even we were not always the best team. In our time, there are lots of good teams, but our determination, the way that we work with the club and coaching, the coaching staff, it was perfect. Even it was our coaching staff was not more than 2, 3%. But now the situation is changed. You cannot work with only 1 or 2%. One coaching staff right now is about 7 to 10 people. In our time, only one person was the main man, Subhash Bhomik. There is no physical trainer. There is no goalkeeper trainer. There is no met analyst. There is only one person, Subhash Bhomik, the doctor, one master, finish. Then what happened, football have changed. If you don't follow football, you'll be behind. You got my point.
Correct, sir.
This is the main thing in East Bengal. Always I used to say, if they don't stop with their ego is bigger than them. You must understand that I'm doing wrong. I have changed so many things in my life because I knew that I was doing wrong. Then every time I'm trying to change myself to be better person. You understand? But what happened? I follow always people bigger than me. If I want to be big, I have to follow people bigger than me. You got my point. But East Bengal, they are still working with the mind of 20 years ago. That's why the situation never changed. Then people, how we can blame coach if the coach never make the team? You understand?
Correct,
We
correct.
cannot even you cannot blame any coach. You got my point. If I'm the
Correct,
now
sir.
I'm working as a coach, Every time when I'm free, I'm always doing some, sorry, I'm doing some coaching course. Always I'm trying to learn because I know my time one day will come. Then I have to be ready for my opportunity. But in East Bengal, they never follow anyone. They are, the horse. Horse you close there, they only walk straight. They never look
Look,
side. They are not
correct.
open to learn. This is one of the biggest problem in East Bengal. And they don't want to learn from other people. You understand?
Correct. Correct, sir.
Why?
Right, sir.
Nobody do anything alone. Football is one kind of sport. You need so many people beside of you. Then all together can celebrate. But in East Bengal, see, people said I never talk bad about Nituda. You understand? People must learn know one thing. Why should I talk bad about Nituda? Why? Because I have to talk bad about if someone know 100% about the job. He's the biggest businessman. Yes, fine. If I want to learn from how to make business, he's the right person. But he didn't learn in the couple of years. He didn't learn about football. Why should I get on him if he don't know how to do the things? You
Correct.
understand?
Correct. Correct, sir.
They love football. Football is one kind of sport that you have to love, but you need to understand about the things, how to do the things. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I need one guy to work with the financial part. I need one technical director. I need one official. I need one club manager. I need one match day manager. There is, so many people, but in East Bengal, there's only one person. He decide everything. You understand? How you make a team if you don't have one behind of one team, one squad? You need another squad from off of the ground.
Correct.
With some, you need many opinions. But in East Bengal, there is only one person. Need to do everything. That's why people are angry on him. You understand? This is
Correct,
the
sir.
main situation. Investor came, investor go. Investor came, investor go. So many money, but they don't know how to do the things. Who select? I don't know how they selected from this season, or the couple of seasons back before.
Correct.
Every year, same mistake. You should learn from your mistake. But why every year the same mistakes? Okay, I have done wrong this season. I will change in this way. I will change in this way. But they never change. Always doing the same mistakes. You got my point.
Correct, sir.
Suppose that the season is almost over. Because even if Bengal win the Super Cup, it's nothing. Because East Bengal fans, they want one big trophy, main trophy. In our time, it was National League. After that, I League. Now it's ISL. People don't care about Kolkata League. People don't care about anything. East Bengal fans need one I League. At the moment, the main tournament, the main league in India is ISL.
Correct.
Okay, they played the first one, they have done wrong. They played the second one, they have done wrong. Please change the way you have done in these 2 seasons and make different. But if they don't change, next season will be the same. I have told some people, I told some official, now the situation is that nobody wants to play for East Bengal anymore.
Correct.
East Bengal was the main club in India. Why now, if you offer one player to, hey, come to play for us? No, I don't want to play for you guys. because they know there is so much of pressure. Near to 20 years without trophy, the player know how much the player knows how much it will be the pressure, the way they used to work. No one want to come to play for East Bengal. You understand? Then I told them, make a plan, make a players at home. Make players at home. The youth development is one of the main thing in Indian football. Be the example for the others. Because you can offer so much of money to the Indian players, but no one wants to play for East Bengal. They want to play for Bengaluru. They want to play for Kerala. They want to play for Mohun Bagan. But nobody wants to come to play for East Bengal. Then what's happened? You need to pay double money to players with low level. And let's go to the technical part. Who selected all these foreigners who play for East Bengal? Every year they select 4 or 5. Only one is good. Always same mistakes. How they select? Why they don't change the way? You got my point.
Correct.
Every year, last season, how many foreigner was good? That striker and more or less one midfield. The other is very poor.
Correct.
They hired us one guy who played for stopper, but he was a right back. This season, same thing. They signed one guy from Cyprus. He's not a center midfield. He's a left back. But why they do this mistake every year?
Charalambas.
You got my point.
Correct.
This is the beside of one foreign coach, put someone who understands the rule of the club, who understands Indian football, the Indian culture. You understand? Example, beside of Constantine, who was his assistant? One guy from Europe. Cannot be. It must be one India A licensed coach or pro licensed coach, or someone who knows Indian football. Alone, Constantine, he knows about Indian national team 20 years ago. He don't know the situation like a club. In India, he never worked in clubs. You understand? But who selected all these foreigners? And everyone knows that foreigner cannot do anything without the support of Indian players. Without good Indian players, foreigner cannot do anything alone.
Correct, sir.
Clayton have done well this season, yes. He has suffered a lot. And don't forget that he's 37 years old. He needs to go to attack. He needs to come back to get the ball. He needs to create the situation for himself. He needs to mark. No, one player like him, he need to spend his energy only to attack and be like a maestro. But he suffered a lot to play because the other foreigners, the quality is very poor. You got my point?
Correct.
Then, how they do this mistake? Let's learn from the next season. Suppose that if they want to change the coach, change now. Otherwise, keep Constantine and let him make the team. Then you can blame him. Constantine is not a bad coach. He's a good coach. But maybe he has one kind of system to play. But he don't have the players to play that particular system that he wanted. You guys got my point?
Correct, sir.
Okay, this is one of the biggest problem in East Bengal. They never learn from their mistake. That is the main word that I say. They should learn from their mistake and change. And forget about the ego. Because we are suffering. Their problem is that I don't want to ask for anyone, otherwise they will say because of him, we are done well. They know, I want to do because I did the pride for myself alone. You guys understand what I say?
Yes, I got you.
They want the pride from themselves.
Correct.
In football, is
Sir,
not that. Football is everyone work together.
right,
Correct, sir.
sir, right. Sir, I went through one of your interview and you told us you have recommended some good players to East Bengal, and somehow the project was not being succeeded. Sir, can you please name them once? And what is the reason you
Elaborate,
haven't
sir.
got those players?
See, how many Brazilian play after myself? How many Brazilian play for East Bengal is very poor quality. So many.
Right, right,
Suppose it, uh, if I want to make one cricket team in São Paulo, my city, from 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 which country I have to ask people? Of course, I'll ask from India because India is the country of cricket, and I know so many people in India who understand cricket very well. But East Bengal always sign Brazilian low quality. But I'm asking, they never call me Douglas. You know this player. You understand? Before you sign any Brazilian, call me. I'm very well known person in Brazil. Before I played for East Bengal, I played in so many clubs in Brazil. I played for Santos. I played for Palmeiras. I played in big leagues.
Mhm.
But it's 5 minutes you can make the difference. Call me, Douglas, you know this player. No, don't sign him because he's not a good player. I know this guy, I know this and that. But they never call me.
yes, this much we should do, sir. Actually, this much you should do,
You
sir.
understand? But
Yes,
their ego is too much, too big. Even I don't want to mention any name, but in some other clubs in India who play the ISL, even other, I'm not saying club because some ISL is only franchise, it's not a club.
Okay.
They used to call me, you know this player? Yes, I know. What do you say about him? Yes, you guys can sign because there is many Brazilian playing ISL. The other clubs call me and ask, Douglas, please, you do me a favor. Do you know this guy? Do you know his agent? Yes, I know. They are all my friends because all the football agent now they are ex-player in my time. You understand? So now we are all friends. I'll give
Correct,
you
sir.
one example. Kerala Blasters some years ago, they called me about one defender. His name is Jairo. He was the captain of Kerala Blaster.
Okay.
Douglas, you know this player. Okay, just because this guy he played for Santos. Okay, just give me 5 to 10 minutes, then you call me back. Then I took all the information. I saw his videos, I asked for his previous coach. Then I told him, you can sign. He's a very good player. Finish. He was one of the best stopper at that time. 2, 3 years, I think 3 years ago. After that, I have suggested this guy to East Bengal. And he had one contract with Kerala Blaster. But he told me, I want to play for East Bengal. You just do one thing. Let me talk with them. I spoke with the person, with someone. He made me to ask to the player to reduce his salary. I did it. The player was ready to sign for East Bengal. Then after that, they changed the situation. You understand?
Correct, sir.
And other, so
Correct.
many, I have suggested so many players to East Bengal, but they don't sign one because if the guy do well, they said, okay, if the players will mention Douglas' name. Yeah, you got my point. Their ego is bigger than them. Forget about me. Think about the club. Think about the current situation. You understand?
Correct. Sure, sir. Sure. I'll agree with you on this. I think Amar will also agree on this part.
It's very sad.
Sir, another
And
sad part.
they,
Yes, sir. Yes,
when I
please.
was talking about this defender,
Hmm.
they said me what? Even maybe he don't know about that. That guy who worked in the youth development of East Bengal. What his name? He was an ex-player, one of defender.
Bastav Rai. The Torun De.
No, no, no.
Torun De.
He was the defender. He played for East Bengal many years. He's
Tarunde.
Tarun Day. They told me, Tarun, they told us, sorry, we cannot sign Jairo because Tarun Day said he's very slow in fact. The guy is too good. The guy is very slim. Then, but of course, they have used his name. I'm sure Tarun, they don't know about that. Because if you are a defender, if you say something bad about this guy, you don't know anything about football. You understand? This is the one of the main problem, you know.
Sir,
I'm very
if I
sad in
ask you,
this situation because, you know, always I used to say, I'm ready to help East Bengal. They
correct,
knows I can help, but they don't open their mind because they think if he can change us, he can help us to change the situation. And people will give the pride to him. But don't think about me. Think about the current situation. Think about us, about our, because I'm fun as well. I'm not a player. I'm talking about East Bengal lover. Forget I'm a coach. Okay, forget about that. But they don't want to help from anyone. That's why they always change investor go, investor came, but situation is still same.
situation is still the same, and we are still we are fighting for the new coach is on. Our hunt for the new coach is on, and we are playing a tournament in next week, and where coach knows he's be not there in the next season. So this is how fair we are. Coach is aware that
Yeah,
he's not there in the next season, and we are playing a all India tournament. So, if I ask you one question, so you have seen in 2002 when you were in India and Kolkata, and now when you see Indian football, how you see it evolving? Means if you see, as you said, East Bengal officials are in the stage of mind in the early 2000 or in early 90s, what their state of mind was. They're thinking the game to be the Indian football circuit has remained the same in 20 years. They are thinking it the same way, but everything has changed. And I think this mentality, don't you think, is becoming a deadlock for the success? Because they are thinking this game is played in 2000 in early 90s, where the East Bengal was one of the clubs to be people used to aspire to play for East Bengal, at least the Indian players. Right now, if you see none of the Indian national players, I think barring Mahesh, none of the national team player plays for East Bengal. That tells you a story, as you were saying also. So don't you think we were not able to understand the change what Mohan Bagan understood better than us in this way?
that is what I'm saying. You see, Monbagan official like Debasis, Tunpai. I'm not talking about Tutu Boss because Tutu Boss he's involved, but from behind. They always want to be bigger. Then what they do, they put someone bigger than them beside of them. What can I say about the difference between East Bengal and Mohun Bagan? They always try to learn. Of course, they have their own job. They have all their own business and this, but they always want to learn. They go abroad to see some matches. They go abroad to see the way how clubs work. They go abroad to talk with some officials. This is the way you need to learn. And 3 years ago, people are asking me, the match between ATK and Mohun Bagan, what do you think? Now, all Mohun Bagan fans will be angry. But just wait and see if they win the first ISL. Why nobody's talking now about the merger between ATK and Mohun Bagan? Nobody says no, broke. Nobody's saying that. Now let's break now. You got my point. No, you can't hear anything now in Kolkata Maidan. Oh, let's break the merger of Mohun Bagan and ATK. Why? Because they won. I told them before. Just wait for some years. They'll win the SL. People stop talking about to break the match between Mohun Bagan and ATK. You understand? But they put someone, the process they do. There's more than 20 person to make the squad. Not only the coach, The coach is almost 80% is selected by the coach, because I know the process, because I'm very close with them as well. Because good or bad, I played to Mohun Bagan. I won 2 titles to them, one Super Cup and one Kolkata League. I did my part as well to them. I'm very close with them. Yes, I am very close with them, because their mentality is totally different. You understand? They are open to hear from other people. You understand? Do you think before they sign player, they don't call Barreto, they don't call the other players? Of course they do it. But East Bengal, what they do? Nothing. East Bengal, no, I want this player finish, sign. Bring the coach, let him decide. I think the only coach who always used to make the team, it was Subhash Bhomik. 90% of the player was Subhash Bhomik suggested for the club. The other 10%, it's normal in football. And you make the team, okay, give me the opinion, sit 10 people. What do you think about this player? Okay, fine. Well, no, I don't think this guy is good. Okay, fine. But in East Bengal, only one person or two is deciding everything. And who will make the team? What is the previous, what this guy do before? What he used to do before? He never worked with football. Now he's in power to make the team. You got my point. Then what? I'm sure it will not be that. How can I say? It will not be done. It is not. Of course, the successfully will not cannot be happen, because it's like me. Douglas, you make one cricket team. I don't know about cricket. You understand? How I make one cricket team if I don't know about cricket? I cannot select the player who is good or bad, because I never played cricket. But in East Bengal, if you have big money, okay, you can. You can. You come and sit here for 5 years outside, then you become official. This is the way how to be official in East Bengal. You sit outside of the Nituda's room for 5 years. After that, you become official because you have money. It is like a seeker. You understand?
Sir, sir, my question is, hypothetically, someday by somebody will offer you as a East Bengal manager or head coach, then will we have Mr. Douglas Silva as our head coach?
See, if I tell you, you tell me once again, because my daughter was disturbing me here all the time, because she wants to come on the screen.
Sir,
Tell me once again.
Sir, hypothetically, someday by somebody will offer you as a head coach of East Bengal, sir. Then will we have Mr. Douglas Silva as our head coach in East Bengal?
See, if I'm telling you, I'm not working for that. It will not be my dream. I'm wrong. I'll be the liar. Understand? But I'm studying. Just now, of course, people know that I have the A license and everything, but
yes, sir,
I need more. You understand? I cannot say I cannot be, because I'm working as a coach in the last 10 years, almost 9 to 10 years. But I understand Indian football. I understand the culture of the players. I'm studying for that. I'm go next year for my pro license. And what will be happen, only God knows. Our destiny only with God. But I know I can help them. But they never ask me about anything. You understand? What can I do? Always I used to say I'm ready to help the club. Which post? I don't know. I cannot be the kit man. That I cannot do. I cannot be. But any other post, I know from my heart I can help the club. But for that, They need to open their mind and listen. Even from my time, if you ask me, did you do any mistake from your time? But yes, I have done so many mistakes. What is the mistake? Talking about players, talking about player salary, fight for other players. Because I thought it's like Brazil. One leader talk with the official. But in India, it cannot. If you talk with the official behalf of the other players, they think you are doing something wrong. And another things like uh, one day I didn't play one match in IFC Cup because my contract was finished. Then I said I will not go into Malaysia. Why? Because my contract finished. Why should I go to Malaysia to play without contract? This thing, they don't like me. They 90% of them was so happy when I broke my leg. Okay, now he can't go. You got my point. Otherwise, I'm telling you guys, if I didn't broke my leg, I supposed to play for Eastbengal near to 40 years old because I knew the process in the club.
It's our
In
bad luck.
3 years, in 3 years, I have learned a lot about Eastbengal, about everything. Even when I knew how to, when I saw some people, oh, today he's hungry, today he's happy, today, I know everyone. You got my point. But
Correct, sir.
I become so much of involved with the club, but they think I want to be bigger than them. No, it was my heart. As I said, I love East Bengal more than the club who give me the opportunity to play first time in my life. You understand? But they don't understand this.
That's the sad
You
part
got
too.
my
That's
point.
why that is the reason Eastbengal is struggling currently. Because when you have so much quality in getting expertise comments from others, I think people from Kerala Blasters, I was not aware of this, that you have helped Kerala Blasters getting the services of the name you said now. And that shows that how ignorant are we right now in the Indian football market. We are ignorant, and we should accept that it is happening. This has been happening for last 20 years, and I think it's time that people take full responsibility of this failure. I think people are made very easy scapegoats, and that has been happening for a long time. Sir, I have one fan of yours who has posted a question to you. He says, we miss Poltuda, Jivonda, Shopon Ball, and other recruiters of early 90s. He says this Nitu Sarkar has put our club reputation at stake. We are losing our glory day by day. And he says that you are correct in the way you are saying what he's saying. What are you saying right now? This has happened for a long time now. Ranit has another thing. He says, I think this is a very important question he wants to put down to you. He says, please tell us about Indian football. Has it evolved, and the
Good
quality of Indian
question.
football then versus now? Yes, sir.
Good question.
Yes,
See,
sir.
I don't think we are okay. Portugal was one of the biggest manager official of East Bengal. He was not from my time because he passed away, I think 1 or 2 years after I joined East Bengal. And Nituda was like his son. No, Nituda was like Nituda. I think Nituda was his driver or something like this. I don't know. That is what people said. I cannot confirm that, but people used to say that. And but we miss one guy like Sopon Ball very much. That's I can say that we miss one guy like Sopon Ball. You understand? Because Sopon Ball, he used to talk straight with the players. Now people are playing with this Bengal logo. You understand? East Bengal logo, you cannot play with that. It's not to have a fun. It is one of the biggest club in India. You understand? And what need to learn from Portugal? It's fine, good. but he's stopping his time. You cannot stop. You have to learn. Okay, you if you don't know well English, go and learn and go abroad. Go in sub clubs, see how the clubs work, talk with some other people. You understand? But he never opened his mind to learn. He always wants to go on his own way. But football is changing, changing, changing. That's why people say, you always. I'm not talking bad about Nituda. Why should I talk bad about him if he don't know well about the things, how to do the process? I have to be angry with someone who knows and do the mistake. You understand? And one particular thing, I was in India, in Kolkata, 2021, in the pandemic time. Okay, and I went in the club. Eastbengal was playing the last I league, and I told him, okay, next week I'm going back home. It was before all the airport is closed. Then he said, no, don't go back. I said, why? Because you go to work for me. Don't go back. It is Nituda in front of me. Don't go back.
Hmm.
No, my friend, I have to go back because all the airport and hotel, everything will be closed because of it was the pandemic time. You guys remember very well when the pandemic time, everything was closed. Then he told me, don't go back because you go to work for me. You know that? Okay, fine, I'm here. I can, I'm ready to work for you anytime. Again, I went to the club to celebrate the 26th, the Asian Cup Day. It is 26, right? 26 or
Yes, right.
20. I went to the club once again. Then he said, you know that, no, you go to work for me. It was past three months. After 3 months, I went to the club once again. You know that you go to work for me, right? Then he told me, how we can find one player like you? He told me, I told him, okay, we can make it at home. Or we can find out in other country, other states. I have given one idea. Go around the country. Got my point. Again, he said that. Then after I was in Kolkata for 8 months because of the pandemic time, spending my time paying house. I spent around 3 lakhs in 8 months. The last day I went to the club once again. I want to talk with Nituda. I was waiting for 3 hours outside. Nituda, I'm just came to say here, they make me to wait for 3 hours. You see the way he talking with one ex-footballer, one ex-superstar, because I was a superstar because I did it inside the field, not outside.
Okay.
Nobody liked me because I was a very handsome or something like this. Because inside the field I have done my job. I never ever in my life I missed one day of practice in East Bengal. Even when I was injured, I was every day there. In my time when I used to play for East Bengal, I used to practice in the morning. At that time, there is only one time of practice. In the evening, I was in the club for practice free kick alone. Always I used to do 2 times practice, but there is only one time in the morning. I did for myself alone evening. Then I came to him and said, Nikuda, I'm leaving tomorrow because I'm here because you said that not to go back, but my ticket is from tomorrow. I can't wait for more. This otherwise I have to pay one more ticket. Then he said, you please, you move out because you are spoiling my time. I cannot do anything for you. You see, this is the way to talk with me. I know he's not well talking English, like me as well. My English is not good, but you guys understand what I'm saying.
Correct, sir.
But do you think it is the way to talk with me? You understand? I was waiting for 3 hours. After that, I went to his room. Hi Nituda, good evening. Okay, fine. I'm here because you said that not to go back to Brazil because I suppose you told me I want to. You said you want to work with me. I said, see, I cannot do anything for you because now we have another investor. At the moment, I cannot say anything for you. Then I said, okay, my friend, I cannot. Okay, but hey, please don't spoil my time. You move out. Okay, fine. Thank you. God bless you. This is the way to talk with me. You understand? It's
This
something
is
pathetic.
sir. This has
Do you think
happened.
Mohan Bagan Fisher talk with Barreto like this?
Never, never, never.
Never,
Even
never.
when Mohan Bagan Fisher was in Sao Paulo, they are with me here in my city. We spend lovely time. You understand?
Devashish showed me the pictures also. I saw in one of the parties and
You understand? It's very sad, my friend, what to do.
this.
And that let's go for that question about Indian football. You see, you guys in India, you can bring Guardiola, Mourinho, Klopp, all in the senior team. They cannot do anything. If you don't start doing the process in the youth development, nothing can be done. Then what they do in India, they put lots all the India ex-player toward the youth development and one big coach in the senior team. If the Indian player was so good, why? Tell me one coach who work abroad, outside of India. They work in Nepal, they work in Bangladesh, maybe they work more. Tell me who one of coach who worked far from India. No one.
No one, no one. Only
That's what
Naimuddin
I'm saying.
was the coach of
How you
Bangladesh.
change the situation? What? How you have to do? Bring foreign coaches to the youth development, but not only in the national team, in clubs. Okay, it is bit difficult because they are costly. Stop bringing ex-footballer to India. What is the meaning to bring Maradona, Pele, all the ex-big player? You know how much millions they spend on these guys. It is money to spend with the youth development for 10 years. The way the SCL clubs do, the facility is too good, like European clubs. After SCL finish, they come to the reality. All the players, the Kolkata players, go to Maidan to practice alone, going to others, the local clubs to practice. You understand? Do the work they do in the ASL, in the youth development. People say Japan. The quality of Brazil, Indian players in Japan, Indian players better than Japanese players. But what happened when Zico was there? Zico said, bring all foreign coaches in the youth development. Then he said, give me 10 to 15 years old. If you do the process, you guys going to play World Cup. How many World Cups Japan is playing now? All the World
All
Cup
the
Japan.
all the World Cups. All the World Cups.
You understand? When Japan come to play with India in Kolkata, you know how many people was there coaching staff? 55 people. What was the score? 7-0. But the process has to be start from the youth development. This is the main problem in Indian football. They want to do the process. Do you think Stimac will do? Nothing will be happen with him, my friend, because he's a big coach, fine. But the process has to be done from the youth development. How you grow up if the under 15, under 17, under 19, all Indian coaches. Indian coach must be beside of one foreign coach. then they can learn. You got my point? Because in
Yes.
India, lots of good players, lots of young players in good quality. But why? I'm not saying that they are bad. I'm not talking about all the ex-players bad. No, I'm not saying that. They are good, but they need someone more experienced than them. You understand? Example, Sakar Lau Chakraborty. He now he's a pro license coach. Okay, but he must be beside of one guy, one European coach or from Europe or Japan or Spain or Brazil or anywhere. But he cannot be, okay, the head coach, no, he must be with one foreign coach, beside of one foreign coach. You understand? Like, see, the coach of Monbagan, he's from where?
Spain.
Who is beside of him? Beside of the Monbagan coach?
I
Indian
think
coach, where this guy worked before? He was in Eastbengal. Why Eastbengal he leaves him? You understand what I'm saying?
yes, I got your point,
Why
sir.
they
Yeah,
are the
I
people
agree.
do? Why they are the club do the right process in East Bengal? Come back. You understand what I'm saying? The Mohanbag ISCL coach of Mohanbagan, his assistant coach is one Bengali guy. One coach from he was the assistant coach of East Bengal before. Remember? Other mistake before Rene Singh was the coach of East Bengal. Yes or no?
Yes.
He knows everything about Maidan football. Why you bring one guy from Europe to be the assistant coach who never came to Indian football before? He don't know about Indian football. He don't know anything about Indian football. Keep Renedi
Correct.
beside of one foreign coach, especially Constantine, who worked with him before.
Yes,
You
yes.
see, what is the
But
mistake they
but
do?
sir, but I have one thing to say. Relative I was not interested. What I've heard, Relative I was not interested in coming because the turmoil which happened last season, where he was doing fairly well, and they got in somebody for the last few games. Um, don't you think, sir? There have been so many quick decisions have been taken in the coaching part, which has impacted this team's performance. Because as you also said, that if you see Mohan Bagan or any other club in ISL, they have went far ahead, and we are languishing far behind. I think the attitude, basically the attitude, if they deal a person like you in this manner, I think the lathi charge which the supporters got last year is it's a proper replica.
Shayan, it was not quick decision. Rather, you can say it was panic decision, I would say.
Huh, Reddy was doing good, and they have to change the coach.
Right.
Sir,
See,
I had a yes, sir. Please.
yeah, say, tell me.
Sir, a few questions which have come, I just will take in some time. Douglas, sir, you played for Mohun Bagan also with Glory. What's the difference you could notice about the club culture? Please share your views. He's saying about the views.
Yeah, and the difference between East Bengal and Monbagan, it's totally different. It's like in Brazil, like Corinthians and Palmeiras. It's almost like this. But in East Bengal, in Monbagan, uh, they ask about your opinion. They don't think they are bigger than everyone. You, when I used to play for Monbagan, uh, the Bashis sometimes used to come to my flat to discuss about the situation. What do you think? What do you think? How can we improve for the next match? How we did this? How we do that? You know, they are open. I think the culture is different. I'm not saying that East Bengal officials not educated people, but the education is totally different. You understand? They are more educated people. Like even they are big person, they always want to hear about you. They from you. They want to learn. Okay, if I cannot learn, But if you talk half an hour with someone, maybe they one of the minutes that you had a talk, they keep to them. You got my point. But in East Bengal, they do everything by heart. I understand that they do everything by heart. But football, you don't have to make everything by heart. You have to make but the reality. You understand? I understand the way East Bengal works. But sometimes you need to go the current situation. You don't have to go by heart. Mohun Bagan is different. They are very straight. But before they do any decision, make any decision, they already talk with 10, 20 people. You got my point?
Correct, sir.
They know
Correct.
the way how to make the pressure. They know the way how to ask you, what are you doing? What is wrong? But they know also the time when they do come two step back and say, okay, try to change, do this, do that. The communication, you got my point. The communication is different. In East Bengal, they say, okay, we have a meeting. Committee meeting. Okay, talk. Okay, fine. I make the decision. Finish. This is the problem. Okay, let's hear from everyone. But
Sir,
20
I think,
people, 19 don't know anything about that job. Only one, maybe one or two know how to do the thing. How it will be the committee is? The committee is like, if you have money, you can sit. You don't have money, you wait outside. You, what do you do? Okay, I have two business. Okay, you sit. You have no money. Okay, you go out. This is the way in East Bengal. If you have money, you can sit. If you don't have, you be outside.
sir, there
You
is a
understand?
question. Sir, I think Mr. Simon says this. He says that yes, we know Neetu very well. He has spoiled the club and he's proud of himself. Until and unless he's expelled from East Bengal, our club is not to go on revive its glory, lost glory. Do you agree with him in this part that he has to be expelled from that position? Then only East Bengal can make a comeback in ISL. Let's be upfront on this because this is a question many of the channels will not ask you, but will ask you this question because this is something which has been happening for long. And today, when I heard the story which happened to you, I was not aware of this. I heard many stories by Randy Bhai also when we talk offline, we discuss many things. But today, the story which you said, I think this is was somewhat expected also. But I was amazed by the audacity
Thank
by
you.
the
Thank
audacity
you.
which Neetuda showed to you by telling you to wait for 3 hours and then telling you are don't waste my time. This was a sheer piece of audacity. And I somewhat agree with you. What is your take on this, Simon Samrat Benso? He says that he should be expelled to revive this is Bengal's glory.
See, it's the same thing as I said before. No, we cannot blame Nituda for everything. I only can say that if he's very intelligent person, but for this particular thing, he's doing the mistake for many years because he is not an open person to listen from others. You understand? If he has put someone beside of him who understand the way how to make football, how to work with football, East Bengal have changed many years ago. But the problem, he listened only for one or two person. That is I know. I cannot mention their name. But he only listened to one or two person, finish. No more than these guys. But in the couple of 17, 20 years, it is wrong, but he never changed. You understand? But he will go till die. It's something that he promised for his life, entire life. I will do only for these two, three people. You understand what I'm saying? Till he don't change the way, East Bengal will suffer a lot. And or what will be happen? The investor said, okay, if you want money, I will make everything. Then he's fighting because he's telling that the club is not doing, he's not making the team. The investor is making the team. Another mistake, because I spoke with the club investor before make the season. Maybe they don't know that. I told them, if you guys want, I can help you guys. I was spoke with the main man of MME. I spoke with the main man, change the way, change the way how to organize. The situation will be same. After the league, the season finish, I will tell you. See, same thing. You understand? I think I don't know what to say more because we know the process, we know how to do, we know example. I don't know everything. No, not that. Suppose that if one day they ask me for any help, I should bring another people also. So this guy know how to do how to be manager. This guy know how to be the technical director. But people who work with football, you guys understand? You
Yes, sir.
need to change the people beside of you. But this in East Bengal, there is some people like, okay, this guy is a big business. He have 20 flats in Salt Lake. Oh, he have to be our manager because he can give the flat free for the player who come from abroad. This guy have a big business. Okay, something. Okay, you come. You will pay one player, and it cannot be like this. You understand? I know the process. I know how they do. You understand? I know how they do. But they are angry on me because of this, because I know everything there. And they know I can help them to change the situation. That's why, as I said, I know I will never work for East Bengal with this in this with these people. Maybe next generation of official, because I'm younger than them. They will not alive for more than 100 years. I'm sure for that.
Sir, what about us, sir? We are now in new generation. Well, next generation is okay. But what about us, sir? We are diehard fan for East Bengal. What about us, sir?
Sorry.
Sir, what about us, sir? Next generation would be okay, right? But what about us? We are diehard fan for East Bengal, sir.
ISL.
No, he's saying, sir, if I could say, he's
Because
saying
you know
that
what?
what
There
about,
is some,
okay.
Yes, I understand.
What about us? Basically, he's wanting to say, what about us, who has been the next generation of East Bengal fans who have not seen much of success because half of the time we have been in the not in the title race. So, don't you think East Bengal will lose its fan base if this goes on and on? I think this was the question he was trying to make.
see, before ISL start, people used to ask me, what is the benefit of ISL for Indian football? I said nothing. I told them because before the ISL start, I was in India, the first one. Then many people came to me and asked, all the press media came to me and said, what is the benefit of ISL? Then I said nothing. They said, why nothing? Well, you just asked me after 10 years. How many in the ranking place? How many sport India have grown up after the yes from the first ISL and now? Where is the Indian ranking from it's the 10 year of ISL or 9? It's
Ninth,
Ninth
now,
almost
edition,
10,
sir.
no?
Ninth
ninth year.
edition, sir. Ninth.
We
9, no?
have
9 years ago, what was the ranking of Indian football in FIFA?
176,
What now?
104.
106, sir.
104.
106.
Now, the latest ranking will take us to
104,
104.
huh? 104.
Yeah, there's nothing, nothing, because the all the money that they spend in the first three ISL, did you see how many millions they have spent in the first two or three ISL with players? That money they should spend with the youth development. You know, there is some Brazilian who are my friends. They used to take 1 million for 4 months. 1 million of dollar for 4 months only. 1 million of dollar. You should bring 10 coaches for 2 years. You got my point. I'm
Yes.
talking about only one player. How many players from Italy, from German, from other countries? Okay, they want to promote. Fine. You see how much money they have spent in ISL. No benefit.
Correct, sir.
You understand?
Sir, I think there is a question. I'll say take that. He says that Ronit says how you see East Bengal and Mohun Bagan future and Indian football in next 10 years.
As I said, till now is the time to change. Till now is the time to change. Suppose it. Let's make business with player. How to make a business with player? Example, the other country, they sell player to everywhere. But they make, I'll give you the example. The facility that ISL give to the clubs in 5 months, it is the facility that we have in the other 10, other 11, under 11, under 15, under 13. Every year Brazil used to sell players for 300 million. Why? Because they make a plan for the players since when they are 10 years old. Under 10, under 8, under 10, under 11, under 13. All the facility must be start from the youth. Example, Real Madrid have brought one player from Palmeiras. 300 millions of euros. He's 16 years old only. But you know when Palmeiras start working with him, the under 10, under 10, under 11, under 20, under 13, under 15. They think they only have to give good facility to the senior team. No. How the players reach in good level? Why you don't have tall players in India? Why you don't have strong players in India? Because they never work with physical trainer from the youth.
Correct.
In Brazil, it is illegal. You cannot start any football academy without one coach, one physical trainer, doctor, and physiology. You cannot. Without these 4 people, you cannot open any academy here. Even if under 8, under 6, under 7, under 9, under 10. But in India, they do that. No. I was in one function, one place. There I was the chief guest. One under 10 tournament in India, in Kolkata. You know the ball that this boy used to play, the ball number 5. How one boy with 7, 8 years old or 9 play football with ball number 5? Ball that I used to play. I told them it's wrong. Oh, but this coach is a licensed coach. This guy is a licensed coach. This guy is B licensed coach. This guy, you see, license does not mean anything about football. If you don't know the process, license cannot make you. I told them it's totally wrong. This guy had 8 years old. How he will kick this ball? He can be injured. You understand? The process must be from the youth development. Then I told the guy, I come back to the official. At the moment, nobody wants to play for East Bengal like before. Make players at home. Give 5 to 6 years. Then you can make a good player. You understand? Bring foreign coaches. Example, why they bring Bino Georgie from Kerala to work in Kolkata? For what? There is plenty of coaches in Kolkata, good coaches.
So reason I will tell you
You got my
offline, sir.
point. For what? It's
The
like a
reason I will tell
circus,
you
my
offline.
friend. Who is the coach of one? The under 13, the under 15. You understand? That's why the club process is totally different.
Correct.
I'm sad on that because I know the process, how they can change, but they never open their mind to talk. You understand?
Correct, sir. Sir,
Always
sir, I have
I talk the same point. Youth
sir,
development.
correct, sir, correct. Sir, few questions are there. Actually, you're also busy actually. So few questions have already come. I'll take some questions, sir. Orgo Nag says, apart from East Bengal, sir, you are a Brazilian. So what is the reason Brazil not winning the World Cup since 2002? What is the reason? Do you find that Brazil is not able to conquer the World Cup? Orgo
Yeah,
being
you
a
know
rebel,
what's
he has given
happened.
a rebellious question.
All the Brazilian players, 90% of them, they work. They played in Europe or some other country. But the problem is that all the coaches from Brazil, they are good, fine. But the problem when they came back to work with the Brazilian coach is totally different when they work with the. That's why now everyone is saying that Brazil team, if they want to win the World Cup once again, they must bring foreign coaches because the coaches from Brazil, the players they are working abroad, they are playing in Europe. When they come back to Brazil, they want to play in the same style of Brazil, like fun football. You have to follow the word. They are working, they are playing Europe, but when they come back to play for the national team, they want to play like fan football. It cannot be. You should work in the same way that you work in the other clubs. That's why everyone now is supporting to bring on foreign coaches to work with the Brazil team. Otherwise, they will not win anymore because they need to respect the coach. The coach that the work is bigger than the player bigger than the coach. Then the coach work. The coach is like a mannequin. The coach be there do some, but the player not respect the coach. You understand? Otherwise, you will never win anymore. Always you will hit the post. Always you will be hitting the post. This is the main problem. That's why now maybe they will sign one foreign coach for maybe the Real Madrid coach will come. It's not confirmed yet, but he's ahead of all to work with the Brazilian national. If they don't change the coach, we'll be hitting the post many more times. Yeah, there is
Yes, Amar,
only this guy.
Amar,
Only this guy is
I think you're
asking.
muted. Amar is getting muted. Amar, you can hear me? I think he's getting muted, Amar. Sir, you can hear me?
I can't hear you
Sir?
guys.
Okay, okay. So I'll just go and ahead and I'll ask you. I think one big fan has joined of yours. He want to say something to you. I'll take him after the show is over. Sir, another main thing, what do you think, sir, now East Bengal needs to do this season to make things correct? And I'll go to the rapid fire after this.
See, same thing as I said. Uh, we have to learn from our mistake, right? But something good was happening this season. It's not only bad things was happening, but at least change something, try to change, and the way how to select players, especially the foreigner. You understand? Suppose it, if the quality of foreigner for this season was better, if all was almost same like Clayton, Eastbengal was done much more better. Yes or no? You guys should
Correct.
agree with me. Because
We are
only
agreeing.
Clayton was done good in this season. Apart of, sorry, but apart of, I'm not talking about because he's a Brazilian or not. I'm talking about Eastbengal lover. And as a coach, only Clayton have done well for this season. Suppose that if we have at least 4 players like Clayton, from behind, from midfield and attacking line, we should have done better than, you
Correct.
understand? We have not finished maybe in the top 4, but in the middle of the table.
At least in the top six, at least in the top six to go for the playoffs at least.
That
And
is what I'm saying. But if you want to
so
change, they have to know how to select the players. At every club, they have 2 defender, 1 midfield, and 1 striker. 4 can play, right? Or 3, 4, 4. 4 foreigners can play. They can sign plenty, but 4 can play, right?
3+1.
The situation of East Bengal is not good for many years. It's wrong, yes, it's wrong, but it's necessary. Sign 2 stopper from 2 foreign stoppers. I'm not agree with that. I should only for 3. Otherwise, there is no place for Indian player to improve his quality. But now they can sign 4. Sign 2 defender, 1 center midfield, and 1 striker. Other Indian players. Otherwise, the situation will be different. But in East Bengal, they sign 4 attacking midfield, 1 defender, and 1 center midfield. Finish. How do you do this process? It is totally wrong. They
Correct.
sign Clayton, they sign Alex, right? Alex, right?
Alex Lima,
Alex
Ivan
They
Lima.
sign,
Gonzalez,
they signed that
Ivan Gonzalez.
Eliandro.
Ivan
3
Gonzalez
Right.
same
also.
position, 3 players, same position, same age, because they are over than 33.
Correct.
My God, how you do this process? It's totally wrong. If you have a quality player, example, Clayton, he's a quality player, right? Fine. You need to sign 1 young striker, foreign striker, but young to defend. But they sign 4 players, same position, all over 33 years old. Only one can play the same position. That is why I want to say, who is the person who selected and made this foreign? This mistake cannot be done in the next season. You
Correct.
understand? What is the mistake? Very simple things to do. But why you do? Because Clayton, Eliandro, and Alex are not same position. Clayton have come back a little bit because Clayton is a striker who can move outside of the box. But because of the situation of the club, they have changed and come back to play like a maestro. But Clayton, Eliandro, and they are almost same position. How you sign 3 players, same position, all over 33 years old, to play in India in the ISL time, the weather is more than 30. How you play in Goa? The weather is 35 degrees, 40 degrees. You understand? That
Correct.
is what
Correct.
I'm saying. That's serious mistake they do. But next season again they sign another player for same different position. Oh, but I want this guy. But who signed this guy? Why? What is the reason? What is the reason that you signed Douglas if Douglas is a defensive midfield? Oh, I've signed Douglas to play as a striker. No, but he's a good player. But Douglas was a good player in his own position, not in
Correct.
different position.
Correct.
Acha, sir,
That
I'll
time they
take.
signed that player from Australia. He was a right back. Fowler put him to play as a stopper. Like that guy, I could play better than him. You understand? But same mistake happened that time with Fowler. Why they did the same mistake again with Clayton and all these guys, same position. Let's see next year if they do again. But this thing, nobody's going to them and say, hey, don't do it. Do this. No. Again, they do the same mistake. You understand? It's like a horse. They only look like this. No look to other people. They never listen to other.
Lovely hearing from you, sir. Lovely hearing from you. This love, actually, this kind of we are not, we don't get interviews in such a openly. You have answered all the questions. I think how much good we say about you will be less. All the East Bengal fans. I think, sir. Before we wrap up, sir, we will have one short rapid fire, and there will be a closing comments by Amar to you. So, sir, you are ready for the rapid fire. I'll put you in a spot of bother sometimes. I'll ask you questions. I think, and you have to choose. I'll give you two
There is
options. You have
only
to
one
select
guy
one.
in this life, only this Simon, because only him is asking. This is guy
No,
is
no.
your friend.
No, 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 no. There are questions, but I wanted to take the questions which have been there. There are people asking for Mohan Bagan and other things. We wanted to stay in the topic, so we didn't take the other comments. So, sir, one question. If I think a rapid fire. I'll ask give you two options. You have to give me one answer. You have to give me one answer. Right? Ready, sir?
Yeah, say.
Yes, sir. Sir, first question I think I'll ask you, East Bengal or Mohun Bagan?
Yeah. Me,
Me.
I miss
You
Bengal. No, it is a stupid question. This I'm saying about this Bengal. I'm one Bagan. I love
still.
everyone, but everyone knows my heart is beating for East Bengal. No? And next week I'll make the Asian Cup trophy. I'll make the tattoo of Asian Cup trophy. Next celebration of sorry, Asia, next celebration of Asian Cup. I'll
Asian
make a
Cup.
tattoo in my calf, the
Oh, okay.
trophy.
Great. Great.
Okay, okay. Sir, who according to you was the best Indian coach you have seen? Barring Subhash Bhomik. Barring Subhash
Apart
Bhomik.
Subhash Vomik, apart
The best
Subhash
Indian
Vomik,
coach.
Subhash
Yes.
Vomik, we don't have to talk about. He's
Huh, that's why. No,
he's
that's why I didn't
above
ask.
of all.
Yes, yes.
In all
Apart from Subhash.
aspects, he's intelligent. He's intelligent. He is open to listen because he's very educated person.
Yes.
Apart of him, I like the way of Derek. You know Derek Pereira.
Yeah, Derek Pereira. Yes, yes.
Derek Pereira.
Those.
He's one only Derek Pereira used to make Subhash Bhomik in trouble at that time. He since our time, Derek Pereira was very intelligent coach. There is lots of coaches, but Derek Pereira is ahead of all, ahead of others.
Okay, okay. Sir,
But
if I
as I said,
yes, sir.
like suppose that Subhash Bhomik, Derek Pereira, they should work beside of one foreign coach. You got my point.
Yes,
They
yes.
should because see the foreign coaches they have plenty of experience. They used to work in plenty of countries.
Correct.
The coach of India they are good, but they need to learn from foreign coaches. One of the mistakes that Indian football they do is that if you before they are made about a license. Always people talk about a license. Okay, fine. Because in India they think if you have a license you have everything. Before, people only talk about you have a license. Oh my God, you are good, but you never work with football before. Now it's pro license. If you have a pro license, you don't need to work in any country because any person can study and get license, even if you play football or not. If you have money, you can start from the C, B, A, and pro, even if you never work with football. But what is the benefit if you have pro license if you never work with football? If you don't have any experience. I have 48 years old. I'll give one example. I have 48 years old. I started playing football with 8 years. So I am in football in the last 40. Do you think pro license will change my knowledge about football?
Correct, sir.
Gottman, I was very simple. Do you think in the 40 years, if I do, of course I need to do because it is the process. Otherwise you cannot work. I need to work 1 more years, then I'll go for apply for my pro license. It will maybe by God's grace it will be happen next year. But do you think a license can change my knowledge? No, because
Never, sir.
I am in
Never, never.
football in the last 40 years. I know the player's mind. I know when players are angry. I know when the players are happy. I know the situation when you are losing by 2-0, when you are winning by 4-0. You understand? I know how to
Correct.
play the derby. I know how to prepare the player's mind before derby. I know the player's mind after you losing. You understand?
Correct.
But
Correct,
nobody
sir.
will change my knowledge if I next season if I apply for my pro license, it will my knowledge about football it will be better. No. But if you have pro license, you can go direct. You understand? This is one of
Sure,
the
sir.
biggest problem in Indian football. You don't
Correct, sir.
they are not looking for your knowledge. They want to see what is your graduation.
Sure, sir. Sir, the best foreign coach you have seen in Indian circuit, sir, who have come in recent past? Any coach you think had made a mark in India? A best foreign coach in India, according to you, when you were playing, or else now also, because you are following Indian football for a long time. Any foreign coach who makes a mark in your mind?
Sorry,
Any
tell me
foreign
once
coach?
again.
I am saying the best foreign coach according to you who has come to India. The best foreign coach. Hello.
See,
Yeah.
uh, I like the way Abbas work in India because very in few times he understand of the culture of Indian football. You understand? And he know the culture of Kolkata football. Suppose it, if you ask me, who you select to work for East Bengal now, I should go for Abbas. But why people never go to Abbas? Because Abbas is like me. He knows all the situation. They know if Abbas says something, they can you understand? He wants to be the boss. Fine. He's open mind to talk, but he should make the decision. Last decision should be by him. In East Bengal cannot. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir. I agree, sir.
For me to work in India, in Colt, especially we are talking about our beloved East Bengal club. Abbas should be the coach. But he knows he cannot be the head coach. He will be the coach, but not the head.
Correct, sir. Correct,
It's
sir.
very
But
simple, my friend.
sir, many
That's
speculation
why
about
people
that.
that's why
Sir,
people they are angry with me. I'm not angry. I'm not because I say the true things. Example, the other player never open their mind and say this because
correct.
they know if they say this, They never work for Eastbengal anymore. There is plenty players. They'll come to work with Eastbengal because they do whatever they want.
Correct, sir.
But we don't have to think about. We have to think about the fun because there is millions of people who love Eastbengal.
Correct, sir.
You
Correct.
understand? Nituda, he's what's happened? He's making everyone to get angry on him, but he knows how to change the situation. And if if he open his mind one time only, all the situation can be changed, and people forget what he done have done wrong before. You understand? He
Correct,
should
sir.
change the people beside of him. Nituda, there is a guy he said about Nituda. Nituda is very intelligent person. You understand? That time I agree as well. Nituda he is very intelligent person, but he should change the person beside of him. And he only believe in those person beside of him. But these people cannot change the situation.
Sir,
And
being
don't mix
uh,
the other mistake people do. Don't mix politics with football.
correct.
Don't mix people who do politics. He knows about politics. People who work with football. He knows about football. Don't mix both. Otherwise,
Correct.
it will not be done. This is one of the
I
biggest
totally agree.
problem. Everyone in your post.
Correct, sir. Correct. Sir, I think thank you, sir, for your time. I think we, as an East Bengal supporters, and both as an we are content maker also, we were very happy. I and Amar, I think we were privileged to host you. And Amar, I think how much we say about your frank, the way you said about all the things, the recent problems. I think very less
Correct.
people we have in the not in the, only the Maidan. If you see the more other foreign players who have been part of East Bengal, will not have the courage to speak out in the way you speak out the truth. I think that was something stand out. Last to last day, we had last interview which we took of Stephen. I think many of the things which Stephen said and what you said today is quite similar. We tried it to. I think today we said many things very openly. I think we had a very open discussion, and I think we will be very grateful that we were very grateful that you came to our show and shared your valued opinion. I think Amar, I think I'll hand over to you and you'll say the parting comments.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. You are here as a East Bengal fan, but you showed us the right path. You will always be a legend in Indian football, sir. Wish you all the best for your future endeavors, sir. All the best. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, always it's great to talk about East Bengal, and she wants to come at least in the end of our life. That's why she said, "Okay, let me
Yes.
say bye to them.
Joy is
Say
Bengal.
ciao, ciao, say bye. The Palestine, joy is
Bye
Bengal.
bye.
Palestine, joy is Bengal. Fala,
Oh, lovely.
Joy is Bengal.
fala,
That's
alto. Fala, joy is Bengal. East Bengal.
Joy is
Yeah.
Bengal.
So always it's nice to talk about our beloved club, and people know how much I love East Bengal. I love Indian country. I love especially Kolkata people, and hopeful one day, at least before I die, I can help the club for anything. So thank you guys, and let's
Thank
see
you.
if the
Sir,
situation change and we can celebrate with East Bengal trophy once
yes,
again.
sir. We'll do one. We'll
Yes,
do one day.
yes.
We'll do one day,
Definitely,
sir.
sir.
I'll just before we'll be wrapping up the show. So requesting you to just stay back, sir. Just requesting you to stay back. Thank you guys for watching today's show. It was great hosting a East Bengal legend. Not only a East Bengal legend, a legend, one of the finest foreigners to play in the Indian soil, Mr. Douglas De Silva, and it was great having him. he answered all the question with his vigorness and with his all his conviction. And it was nice of him to be a part of the show. And I passed on my great wishes. Next week we'll have a new guest, and we'll discuss more things about Indian football. So stay tuned to Indian Food and Football, and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
guys.
guys. God bless you all.